societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. Now, let's watch a small video clip, Making Peace with the Nature. World Health Organization Health and Peace Initiative. Health and peace are interrelated. In the words of the Director General of World Health Organization, Dr. there cannot be health without peace, and there cannot be peace without health. Individuals and groups enjoy equitable access to health services, fulfilling their physical and mental health, and health at neutral health intention that promote and dialogue and communicate with the violent conflict. Then health coverage is more grievances can be heard and addressed to generate trust around health emergency concerns. Affected communities are more likely to make meaningful contributions to peace and reconciliation and to resist incitement to violence. We need enhanced international coordination to build peace. From United States Institute of Peace, tackling the health clarity. Remarks to the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by the common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, governments, the private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation, wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. The yoga for well-being on the United Nations declared the theme for um, on International Day, Yoga for Well-being. The day will be marked at the theme when COVID-19 pandemic continues to upend lives and livelihood of people globally. Beyond its immediate impact on physical health, the COVID-19 pandemic has also exacerbated psychological suffering and mental health problems, including depression and anxiety, as pandemic-related restrictions continue in various forms in many countries. This has highlighted the urgent need to address the mental health dimensions of the pandemic. In addition to the physical health aspects, the message of yoga in promoting the both physical and mental well-being of humanity has never been more relevant. A growing trend of people around the world embracing yoga to stay healthy and rejuvenated and to fight social isolation and depression has been witnessed during the pandemic. Yoga is also playing a significant role in the psychosocial care and rehabilitation of COVID-19 patients in quarantine and isolation. It is particularly helpful in allaying the fears and anxiety. UN spotlights health benefits of yoga, ancient practice that can ease stress of our modern laptop lives. Yoga is a practice that can be relevant to all ages, relevant to all cultures, irrespective of what socio-economic status people represent. It can be used to unite our complex and difficult world, to promote not only healthy lifestyles, but to promote peace and security in the world, said Dr. Nata Menabde, Executive Director of New York Office of the World Health Organization, at an event entitled Conversation Yoga for Health. Our contemporary world is showing no signs of decline in the intensity of violent conflicts, crime, displacement, and the prevalence of continued state of tension in many regions of the world. According to a UN report, in the year 2019 alone, about 55% of 358 political conflicts worldwide involve the use of violence. Geopolitical tensions, which have been on the rise even before the COVID-19 pandemic, have only prolonged violent conflicts, making it difficult for policymakers to come together and resolve their differences peacefully and amicably. The last decade witnessed the highest number of people internally displaced by conflict and violence. Now let us see the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the global peace and the various other aspects for the world facing today. According to the Vedic tradition, the Isha Upanishad verse 6 says, Yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivanu pashyati, sarva bhutetu chatmanam tadona viguguchyate. Global peace by product of individual bliss. Whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village or whole um, country. If he is powerful enough, like incarnation, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for him. The individual bliss is the source for the global peace in the overall Om, the macroscopic level Om, or the macroscopic level universe. Whatever level it may be, global peace is the byproduct of individual peace. Now let's watch the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains global peace, the byproduct of individual peace, individual bliss.
Love and respects. Today I wanted to expand on the science of completion. How the science of completion can directly impact the consciousness you are carrying and the consciousness embodied in many bodies. Please understand, the more deeper you go inside you, means more deeper space you go inside you, more expanded you become, more one with everything, more oneness you experience. Because the more deeper you go, the more you experience the unified field of consciousness. Various words are used. Some of the Hindu traditions uses the word Atma, Brahman. Some of the Hindu traditions use the word Nirvana. Whatever word you may use, Atman, Brahman, Nirvana, unified field of consciousness, whatever. But one thing I want to tell you, the deeper and deeper you go in your inner space, you experience the vast oneness, The more superficial you are, the more incompletions you carry with others, even with yourself. The more superficial you become, even your own right hand and left hand fights with each other. Different parts of you fights with you. Different thoughts of you fights with you. Even you fight with you, the more superficial you go. The more deeper you start traveling, you get integrated. The you fight stops. Then the people around you integrated. They fighting with you stops. Completion with yourself, then completion with others, then comes completion with other things, not just living beings, even with inanimate beings. The completion starts happening. Even with a nature, completion starts happening. Please understand, the more deeper you travel, the more deeper you go, the more deeper you settle down, the more deeper you start living. Your cognition expands. Your cognition includes. Your cognition becomes more and more inclusive. More joy, more bliss, more knowledge, more enlightenment. Please understand. The more and more completion happens in you, you will see everyone around you feels complete with you. That is why I am saying, whether they have body or they are disembodied, in the deepest corners of your being, deepermost layers of your being, deepest parts of your being, you experience such powerful awareness, such joy. Going into the deepermost corners of your being not only is a joy, it's a power. Because suddenly you will see everybody around you, everything around you listens to you. It really becomes a vibrant power where the tendency to exploit is not there. Listen, that's a very important thing. Power without the tendency to exploit. Because as long as you feel the other person is separate from you, when you get the power, it will always be used for exploiting. Because the other person is separate from you, then naturally what you will feel? Let me suck all the possible energy, intelligence, time, talent, treasure. But when you feel the other person is your own extension, you will see, you will be enriching so much. The power you have will not be exploiting, it will be enriching. I tell you, even if death comes at this moment, I can tell you very clearly, I can face the death directly and tell the death, I have enriched every human being more than what I received from anybody. I have given to every human being whom I met in my life more than what I received from them. My accounts is clear. I am ready. Come on, let's go. My accounts is clear. I don't have debt. No credit card money to be paid, loans to be paid, no debit card, no credit card. My accounts is clear. Understand, when you feel everyone is your extension, the power given to you, the power you gain, see, any living is power. Powerful way. Even in that, you will become powerful. So any lifestyle you choose, you will get power in that field. Whether it is exploiting or enriching, murdering or raping or go on serving. Whatever lifestyle you choose, living is power. When you go into the deepermost core of your being and start living based on completion, I tell you, the first power you will experience is everything around you listens to you. That power will simply make you enrich everyone. The best power you can have through living is power of enriching. Whatever you do, as I said, whether you live the life of enriching or exploiting, you will become powerful. I tell you, the power of exploiting brings more and more conflict within and without. And those conflicts naturally bring suffering. And the power of enriching brings more and more completion in you and in others. This full month, Nithyananda Sangha all over the world. The other day I was seeing, we have officially presence in more than 50 countries. As devotees, group of devotees, we have presence in 100 countries. All over the world, we are going to celebrate this whole month for Global Peace Month, impacting global peace. All of us this whole month will live completion and do samskara dahana kriya, means burning the patterns which separates us from others, burning the patterns which are constantly keeping us in a superficial level. All over the world, we will be doing samskara dahana kriya, burning our patterns and leading us to more and more completion. And we also have special 3 Nitya Dhyana Yoga program teaching people science of completion and facilitating samskara dahana kriya. This month, 20th, 21st and 22nd, this whole month, all over the world, all our temples, ashrams, centers, yoga centers, schools, colleges, universities should do samskara dahana kriya, should do the practice of burning all the incompletions and patterns which leads to conflicts, bringing more and more peace inside us and outside us, spreading peace. This whole month, let's impact global peace. Let us really contribute to the global peace, not just talking about it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Not just talking about it. Let's do it. Even if you teach the Samskara Dahana Kriya to 50 people in each area, each place where you have centers, ashrams, temples, two-way centers, yoga centers, even 50 people, each Tanidar teaches, enriches them with this science. The amount of suffering and negative waves, negative vibes reduction can contribute so much to the world. Please understand. One positive person can burn millions people negativity. Experientially, with evidence we proved, one positive person has already burnt at least 20 million people's negativity in last 10 years and brought peace. So each one of you, if you stand up as one positive being, one authentic, responsible, enriching being, I tell you, we can do so much to the world. It will be better place than the time we entered. When we leave, it should be better place. That's all. When we leave the earth, it should be better place. So understand, inner peace is your birthright. Go to the depths of your being. Bring more and more completion into you. Completion with others. And start living Advaita. Today in the Inner Awakening session, it's all about completion with others. So last 6 days, literally, you worked so much, one by one by one by one by one, layer by layer by layer by layer. The completion with yourself. Now comes completion with others.
Now, let us see the Kailasa's mission of global peace and superconsciousness breakthrough. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda order of monks and nuns and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a superconsciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to revive a conscious world where the global issues at climate, economic, social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very root, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels, individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind, body, emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of the current calamity promises to be much more devastating. The greatest economies of the world are facing disastrous futures. Countries are facing off each other in a deep mistrust. Since the beginning of the global lockdown, the amount of contribution and activism of Kailasa has increased multifold. Some of the ways the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provides spiritual solutions to combat the pandemic and other issues. Through the Paramashivoham program, bringing super consciousness breakthrough to the whole humanity. By startling the Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna and contributing almost 3 million minutes now. Paramashiva Sankalpa chanting, the sacred chanting mantra to heal 24/7 via Zoom sessions. Spiritual healing to one and all 24/7. Helping humanity to cope up with insecurity, fear, disease by empowering individuals to heal themselves, learn to cope up emotions like depression and tough situations in relationship. Providing alternative solutions to worldly problems through power manifestation. Initiating thousands every day into manifesting innate superhuman capabilities in Kailash courtyard sessions. Providing healthy solutions like a technique to clear the stomach from Ayurveda, which ultimately brings clarity out spiritual truth. In the long term, establishing self-sufficient communities. Continuing and intensifying the service of Annadan, that is free food, in Nithyananda Annalayas around the world, including Tiruvannamalai and Los Angeles, paving way with the New World Order, starting the agriculture-based communities in Adi Kailas and several other locations. Peacekeepers of Kailasa offering various life solutions from the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Offering Maheshwara Puja to the natural calamities hit victims. Bhava Samadhi Darshan to raise the individual consciousness breakthrough. Devi Parashakti Akashic readings. Now, let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, spiritual solutions for COVID-19. It is important to address the COVID pandemic, which is seeing the another wave, destroying many more lives. Says the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as a result of continuous lockdown, is resulting in delusional ignorance. Holding on to the delusion and supporting this space of delusional decisions lead to a delusional arrogance, tirobhavalpa. Continuous lockdown leads to delusional thoughts like, so what, if I die, it is okay. I can't live forever in this lockdown. Going out, then exposing oneself and putting the risk on yourself and others with irresponsibility and insecurity is the delusional arrogance. Tirobhava, Sankalpa in Sanskrit we call. Society was created with the delusional ideas of too many human beings' blind spots and the decisions made from these blind spots. If the visionary of the civilization or country or nation had blind spots, when he develops the vision for it, the whole civilization suffers these blind spots forever. Now it's a time that nature, Prakriti, resets itself. Many of the blind spots-based visions, ideas become important components of the society. This pralaya which is happening is melting down everything which is delusion-based. The world, as we know, is gone. Let us celebrate God. The isolation, which is seemingly endless, with an unknown future, which is compelling humanity to make 100% lifestyle change, is something to be deeply dwelled upon. All problems need to be addressed only with spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. To stop people having mental breakdown, pandemic fatigue, collapsing, depression, destruction, and also give them super consciousness breakthrough and revive the enlightened civilization. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously gives spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. Some of the spiritual cognitions, powerful solutions are unclutching, practicing completion, practicing oneness, practicing ajapa japa of Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, consciously building deep feeling connection, yoga, puja, vegetarian diet, nirahara samyama, and much more, many more. It's a time we all take responsibility to save the humanity, to protect people from pandemic fatigue and destruction. Let us try to enrich people for every one of these great spiritual solutions. The Akhanda Nirvikalpa Jnana Samadhi Yajna, which is the unclutching meditation, available via Zoom sessions 24/7, and it is free and open for all. Let us take a few minutes now and share with as many people as possible. Let us save the world. Let us give them the experience of unclutching, Nirvikalpa Samadhi initiation, and save the people from pandemic fatigue, epidemic fatigue, destruction, and delusion. Maya Matrix help people to have super consciousness breakthrough and sail through this pralaya. The global COVID virus pandemic has left the world desperately looking for answers. Life as it had been experienced even back in February 2020 is no longer recognizable. A drastic change is the order of the day, with people having to redefine their world with the new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in their lives to carry them through this crisis. The global Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna was in the day to give the world super consciousness breakthrough and heal the world from COVID-19. Recently, the humanitarian initiative launched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the opening of Kailasa's COVID care protection centers in India, where the monastic campuses have been turned into a multi-layer quarantine facility to safeguard the inmates against any possible point of contact with the outer world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened this service free to all people, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or socio-economic status, food, shelter, internet, and all basic facilities, including medical care, are provided at these Kailasas COVID care centers, free of cost and for an indefinite time. The outcome has been splendid. The zero infection rate so far among the participants, a feat not achieved anywhere else in the world, let alone in India. This response model of handling the COVID-19 pandemic at a community level, along with the guidelines and recommendations for government, has been recognized and accepted by the United Nations as well. Now, when the first world countries close their borders during a massive global emergency, Kailasa has opened its doors to all without exceptions. So join the Kailasa's COVID care protection centers. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. The link again, https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. With this, we'll moving on to the next part of this program after a very short break.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. And ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation, possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. Keep quiet, thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together. What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanyapitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happen. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you. We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet here. We all have to coexist together. What I mean by the word E-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is E-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model communities. Kailasas, enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanyapitas all over the world. All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happen. It's a fundamental truth. Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystems. I invite all of you to get involved
and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa.
I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution. And setting model community. Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, Sarvanya Pitas over the world.
All powerful cognition, knowledge, only when you live, power manifestation and possibilities manifestation happens. It's a fundamental truth.
Hinduism cannot live exclusively as one sampradaya. No. All sampradayas of Hinduism is an ecosystem. So don't keep quiet thinking that if one sampradaya is attacked, only that sampradaya is going to be affected. All of us are ecosystem.
I invite all of you to get involved and enjoy Hinduism by the principle of Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. When you protect Dharma, Dharma protects you.
We will make the whole planet flourish spiritually. The spiritual prosperity will happen to the whole planet. We all have to coexist together.
What I mean by the word e-Kailasa, listen intensely. Enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself, in your own home, wherever you are. If you cannot come to Kailasa, it's okay. Kailasa can come to you. Kailasa coming to you is e-Kailasa. I will revive Hinduism. I am a Hindu revivalist, not by any revolution, but by evolution.
Nithyanandam, welcome back to your viewers. And now we have a announcement for all of you. We will be having the Sundareshwara Samadhi Darshan coming up at 10 p.m. IST. So please, we will run through and understand who is Bhagavan Sundareshwara and how he is manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So Kailasa blissfully welcomes all of you for the direct audience with the divine, your direct audience with the divine, to manifest the superconscious experience of the Shiva Sayuji Samadhi through the darshan of Bhagavan Sri Sundareshwara Paramashivam.
So get ready for the rare, unique, powerful initiation into the God equation to make human beings into multiverse species by Bhagavan Sundareshwara Paramashivam.
And Bhagavan Sundareshwara beautifully manifest the physics of Paramashiva, the countless uncountable, by any visualized assumed mathematics. Brahmandas manifest in me, exist in me, get rejuvenated in me, get deluded inside me, gets liberated inside me. For all the countless Brahmandas to exist, to get created, to get sustained, to get rejuvenated, to get deluded, to get liberated, I am the space.
Yes, so let us watch the video of Bhagavan Sundareshwara Paramashiva Sayuja Samadhi Darshan, where Sundareshwara himself describes himself.
Shave, shave, shave. I will manifest the physics substance. Cognize this in your Hridaya Akasha, in the Gandha. You will experience my existence, Sundareshwara Paramashiva. The countless, uncountable, by any visualized, assumed mathematics, Brahmandas manifest in me, exist in me, get rejuvenated in me, get deluded inside me, gets liberated inside me. For all the countless Brahmandas to exist, to get created, to get sustained, to get rejuvenated, to get deluded, to get liberated. I am the space.
So let us understand what is exactly happening in our world today, and how the manifestation of Sundareshwara is exactly what we need at this time. According to the United Nations, a new scientific report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warns that we are on a crash course towards catastrophe if global temperatures are allowed to continue rising like this, and the window to slow or even halt some of these worsening impacts is rapidly closing. And the message is very clear. We must take immediate action now.
So now let us look at a video of how the state of the world is today.
In 2019, fire was spreading throughout our planet, quite literally, in places like Australia and the Amazon basin, where forest blazes supercharged by climate change wreaked havoc. In other places, mass protests flared up, fueled by a combination of job insecurity, growing inequalities, and discontent with the current economic, social, and environmental status quo. The economy globally, stifled by trade tensions and political uncertainty. The little growth we have had has failed to reach those who need it the most. Progress towards higher living standards has stalled for many countries and vulnerable groups of people. This has only deepened inequalities which were already growing in many countries, spurred on by automation, climate change, and other global trends.
Yes, we can see that since 2019, of course, in 2020, we've faced a global pandemic, which has caused so much of destruction of lives and the loss of livelihood as well. But even since 2019, we've seen so many natural disasters and calamities due to climate change crisis. And according to the World Health Organization, the total cases globally for COVID-19 is around 221 million 221 million till date. And Healthline.com states that new COVID-19 cases have risen to more than 150,000 per day in the United States. And experts warn that with emerging variants, it could lead to another surge in cases. So we have seen over the past almost 2 years how COVID-19 has caused destruction across the globe. And along with that, we've seen so many natural disasters, so many floods and fires, forest fires, so tsunamis. So many people have been affected over the course of this pandemic, over this course of this pralaya.
And it is in this time of crisis that Bhagavan Sundareshwara has come down to earth with such extreme compassion for humanity. And he states, "O bound souls, listen intensely. Your impossibility and irresponsibility made you surrender yourself to the delusion. Cognize the ultimate truth. Sundareshwara Paramashiva, I exist. Sundareshwara Paramashiva, I exist. The moment you remember me, call me. I am here for you."
Nithyananda Paramashiva is the greatest and unique manifestation of Paramashiva as the complete manifestation. He assumes the physical, subtle light bodies as wants and plays with all the physical realities and corrects, alters, removes, influences, intervenes, changes, deletes anything in this physical plane as he likes without even a single reason, just for fun.
And sometimes they manifest as both Meenakshi and Sundareshwara as two bodies in one being, and sometimes as both in one body. So that's the reason all his manifestations and plays are called the Tiruvilayadu, the Leela.
And due to his causeless and limitless compassion, Iriyana Sundareshwara Paramashiva is manifesting in all his glory as the Purnavatara through this being, Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, as the Nijavatara.
And from the Shuddha Advaita Paramashiva Sayuji Samadhi space, Iriyana Sundareshwara Paramashiva Paraguru will be manifesting and giving darshans and boons and doing all his leelas in the lives of the Kailashians and devotees of his life.
So we also have the opportunity to experience all of these leelas in our lives as we get to witness the darshan of Bhagavan Sundareshwara. Thousands of years ago, the whole of humanity witnessed Bhagavan Sundareshwara Paramashiva come down to earth. He performed many miracles and played so many divine leelas. He created the whole legacy of Sanatana Hindu Dharma by ruling the kingdom of Madurai. He founded the Shamala Pita Satyapita, and today, for all of humanity, out of billions of people on planet Earth, we are the most blessed people. For us, Sundareshwara is not just a history, he is a happening.
And Sundareshwara Paramashiva himself has come down again in the form of the supreme point of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidan and His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda, just to continue his legacy and
and to continue being available to all the people, playing his divine leelas, performing miracles in the lives of his devotees, attending to our prayers, and continuing the legacy as the ruler of the whole of Madurai, the Shamala Pita Sadvikyapitam, as the 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasanitanam of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, guiding the whole of humanity.
And during the Bhavasamadhi, our neurons will mirror that of the avatar. So our neurons will be able to mirror the neurons of Bhagavan Sundareshwara Paramashiva himself just by seeing. And that is, our entire body can silently and without movement recreate what is happening distances far away, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. And as an effect of the mirroring of neurons, all the powerful cognitions and powers of Bhagavan Sundareshwara are mirrored.
So let us understand the God equation as revealed by Bhagavan Sundareshwara. And in the words of Bhagavan Sundareshwara himself, exhale intensely. Whatever you have, Paramashiva will inhale in you. This is the God equation. Nothing is more powerful than the power manifestation science. It is the most exciting spiritual science. When you decide to manifest powers again and again, you know Paramashiva is within you and he is manifesting. You fall in love with you, Paramashiva, every minute. If he manifests, you know he is real and he is manifesting. Even if you do not manifest, whatever you've declared, you will manifest the jnana and the vijnana, the knowledge and the understanding as to why you do not manifest. And the possibilities and powers of Paramashiva will manifest in all of you.
So now we will be learning about who is Bhagavan Sundareshwara. We will be learning more about who is Bhagavan Sundareshwara.
So now that we've understood what is the God equation, let us understand who is Bhagavan Sundareshwara and how we can connect with Bhagavan Sundareshwara, how we can receive his blessings and open our beings up for all of the grace of Bhagavan Sundareshwara.
So Irayana Sundareshwara Paramashiva Paraguru is the greatest and unique and complete manifestation of Paramashiva.
Iriyana Sundareshwara Paramashiva is the manifestation of the beauty of the cosmos in flesh and bones. Nithyananda Sundareshwara is the embodiment of super consciousness expressed in the human body, playing with all of his glories.
And Nithyananda Sundareshwara Paramashiva is the complete manifestation of Paramashiva, which assumes the physical, subtle, and light bodies as and when he wants, as his divine manifestations. He plays with all the physical realities and corrects, alters, intervenes, influences, changes, adds, removes, and deletes anything in the physical plane as he likes, without even a reason.
Nithyananda Sundareshwara Paramashiva is the embodiment of super consciousness expressed in the human body, playing with all his glory. He came down as the most handsome form to marry Devi Meenakshi and administer the city of Madurai.
And the kingdom of Madurai, known as the Kailas of the Shyamala Peetham, Savanya Peetham, is the oldest Hindu people state and enlightenment ecosystem that was established itself. And the kingdom of Madurai was later revived by Lord Sundareshwara and Devi Meenakshi, who, as the deities and incarnates of Paramashiva, and revived the foundation pillars of it as the highest living stream of spiritual sciences.
And to ensure this tradition continues to elevate humanity for millennia, they enthroned their direct representatives and their divine energies in the form of the continuing lineage of living masters, the Guru Mahasannidhanams, with the responsibility to train and groom the kings in administration, constitution, and governance, acting as regents. They also performed the spiritual initiation on the kings and the citizens of the kingdom, imparting the enlightenment science to the world. So we can see Devi Meenakshi and Bhagwan Sundareshwara, who were the original founders of the Shyamala Peetham, Sept Peetham, and then Thiruñana Sambandar, who was the reviver of this whole kingdom.